Good. So welcome to ECCM 401, Measuring Customer Satisfaction, right? And this is the first of 3 consecutive sessions, being sessions 9 to 11, where we will be looking into a practical demonstration of customer satisfaction data coding, entry and analysis in SPSS, right? Using exploratory factor analysis and multiple regression techniques. Now, in our previous sessions, we have learned about sampling, we have designed a questionnaire, and we've gone ahead and collected data. So now at this point, by the end of these 3 sessions, we hope to be able to, first of all, acquire the skills to code and enter customer satisfaction data into SPSS, and then also acquire the skills to analyze customer satisfaction data in SPSS using exploratory factor analysis and multiple regression, right? So like I mentioned, we are going to be doing all these things in the SPSS software, which you have all already installed.
Oh,
is someone talking to me? Okay.
No, sorry, ma. I was directing her. He's having a poor network at his side. He just got here.
Okay. All right. So like I'm saying, we are going to be doing this using SPSS, which I've already directed you to install. Right? And upon checks with you, you've told me that you have installed it. So that's great. Good job on that. So now we are going to learn how to code the questionnaires that we have with the data we have collected into SPSS. And after we learn the coding and the data entry process, we will pause and then you will go ahead and then enter the data that you have into SPSS. Then we'll come back and we will start with the analysis itself because we need the data set to run the analysis. So when it comes to coding and entering data into SPSS, right, we can first describe the process of coding as involving the transcription of answers recorded in a research instrument, right? Usually a questionnaire, which you all have now, don't you? Yes, hello?
We do.
Madam. Yes,
good.
Madam.
Right, so you all have it now. And the process of coding involves transcribing the answers recorded in these questionnaires that you have into machine readable format, right? Because we have to put the questions in a format that we can feed to SPSS, and SPSS will be able to read and understand, and then help us to be able to run the analysis using the techniques we have mentioned, which is exploratory factor analysis and multiple regression analysis. Now, when it comes to coding variables for SPSS, you can either use the direct method where you just go straight into SPSS, you do the coding and you start entering. Or you use the code book method, which is more of a bit archaic method, where you take a separate notebook, right? And you create all the codes in the notebook using the questionnaire that you have and the items that are measured in the questionnaire. And then you come back using the codes that you have created in your code book to create the codes in SPSS, right? Before you go ahead and enter data. And that is why the codebook method is archaic, because it's a bit of a longer process, right? However, it is still beneficial for those who are dealing with huge amounts of data that they need to be able to keep good track of. But in our case, we don't have such huge amounts of data, and therefore using the codebook approach will be a bit of a long shot for us. But the direct method approach will help us to be able to go straight ahead and then do what we have to do in terms of transcribing the information that we have in the questionnaires into machine readable format for SPSS directly into the SPSS software without having to go through the process of using the code book, right? So in terms of coding variables, right, we determine, first of all, how we are going to categorize each of the items that we have in the questionnaire, as well as how we are going to interpret them for the purposes of feeding it into SPSS so that SPSS can use that interpretation to run the analysis that we want SPSS to run, right? So in coding variables, the code book, if we had one, right, will tell us, the coders, how each questionnaire will be coded for data entry. But in this case, we are creating the code book at the same time entering it into SPSS. So we will not have a separate code book, but the variable view in SPSS will be our code book, right? And this will specify the questionnaire ID, right? The question on the questionnaire from which the data was taken, the type of variable it is, whether it is numeric or alphanumeric, Then we will give the particular variable a name. And we will also provide the operational definition of the variable. And then we will also provide the coding options, representing the responses that were given for each of these variables. And then we will also indicate the number of columns that the variable requires for each of the data that is collected. So generally, if we were creating a code book, this is what it would look like, right? So we will divide it into various sections. And for this particular code guide, we are looking at how we have coded gender into the data set. So here the questionnaire ID is 1, and the question number is what? Q1. And the type of variable we are dealing here with is what? Gender. And what's the operational definition of gender? It is the sex of the respondent, right? And how are we coding it? We are coding it for male being equal to 0, female being equal to 1, and missing equal to 9. Missing here refers to missing data. And we have missing represented here because sometimes you will have respondents who will answer some questions on the questionnaire and leave other sections blank. So based on that, do you have any questionnaire that has certain sections that are blank?
No, madam.
No, madam.
All your questionnaires are completely filled.
No.
Yes, madam.
Yes.
Okay, then you will not have the problem of missing data. However, it is good to just create that code in case you come across one that is missing, right? So like I mentioned, we are going to turn every single item, including the scales for the responses, right? The Likert scales that we have measuring the continuous variables, all into code using numbers, right? Because this is computers we are talking about. This is computers we are talking about. They use numbers, right? Yusuf, if you need to check yourself, your microphone keeps going on and then interrupting. Okay. So we are going to right now learn how to code these variables. Like I mentioned, we cannot decide to go according to the slides in the PowerPoint because the processes that we will be doing, some of them will be taking place concurrently. So if we go according to the slides, we'll keep going back and forth. So I have the slides. I will upload them once we are done so that you can be able to use it as a form of revision to understand what we are doing. However, moving on from this point, everything is going to be practicalized, right? So we are moving into the SPSS software. So I'm now going to share my SPSS screen with you. Now, before we do that, we have to be able to keep track of every questionnaire that we have collected and that we are going to record in SPSS. So because of that, when we get the questionnaires, the first thing we do is to number them. Are you with me?
Yes, madam.
So yes, I want you to take all the questionnaires you have and then number them, starting from 1 to the last one. Write the numbers on them. Write it in pencil. Or if you have pen, fine. But we usually use pencil so that in case you make a mistake, you have the opportunity to go back and fix it. So I want you to number all your questionnaires right now. From 1 to the last number. Write the numbers physically on them. And let me know once you're done. Can you see the SPSS screen?
Yes, madam.
Good. So I want you to all open your SPSS interface.
Madam, please. Some of us didn't have the SPSS, so we are together.
Good, patience. So when I talk, I mean, okay, so when I talk, I mean whoever is the one with the computer controlling the thing should have the SPSS. Does it make sense?
Yes, please, madam.
Good. So open the SPSS interface. We are going to code your questionnaires. All right, so I'll go group by group. So if it's not a 10 of your group, just watch and learn from the group whose questionnaire is on board. Is that okay? Please,
yes, please, madam.
Good. Please let the responses come so that I can be able to keep up with you. Good. So we are starting with Abna Samar's group, right? Being group 1. Now, when you look at the SPSS interface, you can see there are a number of tabs and buttons and stuff, right? Now, look at the bottom of the screen. You see two main tabs there, right? What are their names, starting from the first one?
Please.
Hello?
Madam, data view and then variable view.
Good, right? But please, let's use our policy. Next time, raise your hand, okay? Use if your hand is up.
Okay, madam.
Yes, please, ma. On my SPS statistics, it asks me to log in. When I log in, I'm seeing new data set, new database query.
Yeah, just close that.
I don't know which one I
A lot.
Just close that.
I should close that.
Yeah.
Okay. It's closed.
Now, are you seeing the interface that I have?
Yes.
Good.
But mine has this, and then it has variables at the.
It has variables. How
Instead
does
of
it
the
have?
name type with decimal, mine has variable VAR 12.
Because you are in data view. So look at the bottom of the screen. What Patience just said. You see data view and variable view. Click on variable view.
Okay, so I'm on the variable view now.
Good. So you are seeing what we are seeing.
Yes, please.
Glory be to God. Okay, so can we proceed? Can we proceed now?
Yes,
Yes,
madam.
Awesome. All right, so let the fun begin. So like I said, in the variable view is where you do your coding. Now the data view where Yusuf was before he came to join us at variable view is where you will see the data entries, right? So we code in the variable view and then we enter the data in the data view. Does it make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Good.
madam.
So we are going to do the coding in the variable view section where we have the name, type, width, decimal, label, values, missing, columns, align, measure, and row, right? Now, because SPSS is so precious, as we code certain sections, it will automatically fill other sections for us, right? But in doing so, we need to be able to tell SPSS specifically what we are looking for. So some of the sections that SPSS generically fills on our behalf, we will have to go ahead and adjust a little bit, right? So that it will specifically fit what we are looking for. Is that okay?
Yes, madam.
Good. So we are going to start with Abna Samwa's group, right? And I want to pull the soft version of their questionnaire so that I can copy and paste stuff from it. So hold on while I quickly go in search of it. Okay. I found it. All right. So let's get into it. Can you still see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, madam.
Is the SPSS interface showing?
Ma'am. Yes.
Yes, madam.
Okay. All right. So let's get to work. So starting with Abna Samwa's group, right? We start entering from the first section, then we whittle down to the second section, right? Because we want to keep the items entered in a logical order, the same way they have been logically arranged in the questionnaire. So we'll start with the first question. So by way of background, Abna Samwa's group's questionnaire is about factors influencing customer satisfaction in the Ghanaian health industry, right? So the variables that we are going to be considering will be linked to this particular subject matter that I have just mentioned. So we are going to start first by coding the first item, which is what? Under section 1, what's the first item there? What's the first item there?
Gender.
Good. Now here we want to give it a code name, right? So in the name column, we create a shortened version of the original name of the item so that it will help us to be able to identify it easily. So we have to create a short name for gender, right? So I will call it Jen. Are you there? Then as soon as I click in the tab next to it, you see that everything else is automatically filled. Do you see that? Do you see that?
Yes, madam.
Please, if you don't respond,
madam.
I can't move. So basically, we are going to select the type of variable that gender is, right? Now, in this case, we represented gender using numbers. True or false?
True.
Good.
True.
So we will keep it at numeric, right? And then the width is standard, so we'll leave the width alone. And in terms of decimals, it refers to the number of decimal places. And we will also leave that one alone, right? Now, the label here refers to the actual label of gender. So the code name is GEN, but the label of that GEN code is what?
Male and female.
Nope.
It's gender.
Gender. So we type in gender. Are we moving now?
Yes, madam.
Good. So now we come to the values section. Under gender, what are the sub-values we have under gender?
We have male and female.
Good. So we are going to code male and female into SPSS so that when they see gender, they know that gender is represented by male and female. Now, when it comes to quantitative data analysis, when we have variables that are represented by two response options, we start from 0, right? So we do 0 and 1. So in this case, we are going to code male and female using 0 and 1. So when you click the values tab, you see that this dialog box will open called value labels. Have you seen that?
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Let me go back again so that you will see. When you click in the values box, do you see that blue box in the corner?
Yes, please.
When you click on it, it will open the dialog box that we are seeing called the value labels dialog box, right? So we are going to insert the values that will represent the sub-dimensions of gender. So here, the value of 0 will represent male. Do you see that?
Yes.
So we are putting the number in the value column, and then the label, in the label column, we are putting the actual name that that value represents, right? Then when we are done, we click what? Add. And then what happens? 0.00 is equal to what?
0.00 is equal to male.
Because we have 2 decimal places. Does it make sense?
Yes, please.
Good. Now, what is the value for female?
1.
1. So the label will be female.
Female.
Add that. So now we have the 2 sub-dimensions of gender represented, right?
Yes.
Good. Now we said that we wanted to make provision for missing values. Do you remember?
Yes, madam.
So we will represent missing values with the number 9. So we'll put 9 in the value column, and then we'll put missing in the label column. So everywhere in the data view that we see 9 moving forward, we know that it is a missing value. Please, does it make sense?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Then we click add. And then once we've done that, we click OK. Then what happens? It gets entered here. So when you click the values box now, you will see all of them in there. Is that okay?
Yes.
Now we will skip the missing column and then the columns column and then the align right column, right? And then we'll come to measure. Here we have to determine what measure this is. And for standard quantitative data analysis, the measure we normally use is scale. Do you see that? So under measure, I click the drop-down menu and then I select scale. Are we okay?
Yes, please. Yes, please. Yeah, please.
Now, I'm not comfortable with this 0, 0, 0. So I'm going to change the number of decimal places to 0 decimal places so that I can see the actual value I'm working with. Does it make sense?
Yes,
yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
If I did that, you see that now the values are being shown clearly. Can you see that?
Yes.
So 0 for male,
Yeah.
1 for female, 9 for what? Missing. Good. So we move on to the next item, right? What does question 2 cover?
Age.
What code name are we giving it? Hello, Abna Samwa's group. What code name are we giving it?
Age.
Good. So we'll call it age. 0 decimal places, age. So the values for age, how many columns do you have in age?
5.
Madam, 5.
So that means we will start from 1, right? So value 1 represents what age group? Mention them quickly so that we can go.
Under 20.
Is it correct? Is it under 20 or is it not? Members seem confused.
It's under 20.
Okay. And then 2 represents what? Very quickly.
Between 21
to 30.
Good. And then 3?
31 to
31
40.
to 40.
And then 4?
About
41
50. 41 to 50.
And then, oh, sorry. 4. Okay, and then 5?
About 50.
About 50.
And with that, we are done with age, right? Good. So we come here, we change the measure to skill. Next one.
Madam, please question. Madam, please question.
Yeah.
This one, we don't add missing to it. Why?
Good. So we can add missing. So that will be what?
9.
Good. You're actually paying attention. I'm impressed. All right, let's go. Next one.
Educational level.
Education level.
What's the code name?
EL.
EL. Hey. EL is a musician.
AUL.
So EduL is more, yeah. Okay, so values, very quickly, let's go.
Secondary.
What's the value?
4.
Pardon?
Please. Yeah.
4, please. Madam, is 4.
We have 4 items there, right?
Yes, please.
So the first value will be what? The first value will be what?
Secondary.
What's the value? Secondary is the label. What's the value?
1.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen.
1.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have to keep up. Oh, I told you before we started that you have to keep up. Next one.
2.
Label. Is it the tertiary? Okay. Next one, value.
3.
Label.
Tertiary postgraduate
degree.
Okay, next one.
None.
4.
Hey, who said none? We are in value and you are saying none.
He's confused.
You have to repent. Keep up. 4, what's the label?
None.
Good. And then what else?
Listen.
What's the value?
9.
9.
These are missing, please.
They missed the 9.
Good. Next one. Please, quickly.
Madam, please, can you take your time a little?
I told you that when we start, we are not doing the whole show. Madam, can we go back? Can you take it? Where are we going to? Okay, how do I take my time in this one? You are supposed to be going along with me. I'm not the one mentioning it. So it's your colleagues who are mentioning it. Is it me?
I'm typing fast.
I'm typing fast.
Yes, please.
Don't you have the questionnaire in front of you? Or you're also typing?
Yes,
please.
You should have said so.
Madam, we are also trying to input the first one so that we will know how to go about it.
Have you gotten to where I've gotten to?
Yeah.
Yes.
Group members. Have you gotten to where I've gotten to? Because by the time I finish, you should have what I have. Because we will break, you will go and enter all the data that you have, and then you will come back and then we will run the
Nadia, are you inputting?
Am I what?
So Abner Samuel's group members, how many teams do we have? How many separate people do we have with questionnaires?
2.
Madam, 2.
So these 2 people must get this so that they can be able to code and then you can enter the data, okay?
Yes, please, madam.
All right, so quickly. Have you gotten to where I am now?
Yes, please, we are. That's the occupation. The name OCCP. OCCP. Label occupation.
I'm just waiting for you. Before you come and say I type fast.
Madam, very viable.
What?
Madam, values.
What's the value?
1 for students.
Yeah.
2 salaried worker. 3 self-employed. 4 pensioner. 5 unemployed.
I'm typing slower than I've ever typed before. Before people can yes. Hello.
9 missing.
Okay. I'm doing A where he, B where he. Because of some people. Is that all?
Yes, madam.
Okay, so we've done that one as well. I'm reducing the decimal places to 0 and I'm changing the measure to what? Scale. So I'm done. Next one.
M-A-R-S-T.
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 What's the label?
Marital status.
Marital status.
Okay.
Marital status. Marital
Please,
status.
those who are chatting in the background, you are distracting us. Hello. Okay, so who is mentioning now?
Madam, me.
Okay, go ahead.
1 for single.
Uh-huh.
2 for cohabiting.
Uh-huh.
3 for marriage.
Mm-hmm.
4 for separated.
Yes.
5 for divorce.
Yes.
6 for widow.
6 for.
Widowed.
Okay. And then.
And 9.
Please, has everyone been able to enter all?
Yes, madam.
Yes, madam.
Okay. All right. Next one. Derek, next one.
Madam, PIWA.
Hey, no, make it ISP.
ISP is, please agree. Which is it? What is it
Let's
gonna
make
be?
it ISP, Internet Service Provider.
We are not on that group yet. We are on group 1. So why is group 2 mentioning? Why is group 2 mentioning? We said we were doing the survey that had to do with customer satisfaction in the Ghanaian health industry. Is that not what we
This is
said?
mine.
Is that not what we said?
Nadia, please. What?
Yes, madam.
So why am I hearing ISP?
Madam, sorry.
Okay, so Abna Samoa. Derek, you're in
Yes,
Abna's group.
madam. Yes, madam.
Okay, so who is continuing? Is it you or Derek?
Derek is continuing.
Okay, Derek, go ahead.
Madam, PI.
Why are you doing PI? You are using the sentence there, right? But what is that sentence essentially capturing? It is capturing who your health service provider is, isn't it?
Yes, madam.
Good. So you should use a code like HESEPRO, right?
Yes, please.
So HESEPRO, right? Acronym for health service provider. Yeah?
Yes, please.
Good. So the label will be health service provider. So now let's do the values for that. Okay, let's go.
Madam, 1. Olebu Teaching Hospital.
Okay.
2 for 37 Military Hospital.
Yep.
3 for Mamobi General Hospital.
Uh-huh.
And 4 for Medina Polyclinic. Madam, 5 for the Greater Accra Regional Hospital range. Madam, you missed the R with the greater.
Thank you. All right. Is that all?
Oh. 6 for Nahu Medical Center.
Yeah.
7 for Police Hospital.
7 for where?
Police Hospital.
Oh, okay, police. Okay.
And Madam, 9 for missing. Madam, please. Madam, please, a question. Can the missing represent the other hospitals that are not indicated on the questionnaire?
No, it cannot. Missing refers to a portion that has been indicated on the questionnaire that someone failed to answer.
Okay.
Does it make sense now?
Yes, please.
Good. All right, so that is it for...
Yes, that's all.
Okay. All right. So now we have finished with section 1, right?
Yeah.
Which is the background information. Now we are going to move into the section that contains information on the individual constructs of variables, right?
Yes, please.
Good. Now, with the entry of the variables, we follow a similar format, right? We give a code name to each of the measurement items, but the code name must reflect the constructs that the measurement items are measuring, right? So, for instance, what is the first construct in section B or section 2? What is the first construct? Empathy, good. So we will build the code names around empathy. So I will use the first 2 letters of empathy and say EM, right? And there are a number of individual items measuring empathy. How many are they?
5.
Good. So we will have EM1 representing the first item measuring empathy. Do you see that?
Yes, please.
So the label for that particular item will be the actual statement measuring empathy. Does it make sense?
Yes, please. Yes.
Does it make sense?
Yes, please. You make...
Good. So I've copied it from the questionnaire and I'm pasting it there. Can you see that? So yes, EM1 says, my hospital has my best interest at heart. Do you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Now let's do the values. The values here, because the constructs here are measured on a Likert scale, the values here will be the Likert scale options that are available. Do you see that?
Yes.
Good. So we are going to enter the Likert scale options, starting from the smallest to the largest, right? So let's enter the values. 1 for what?
Strongly disagree.
Good. And then 2 for?
Disagree.
And then 3 for?
Neutral.
Neutral.
And then 4 for?
Agree.
And then 5 for?
Strongly agree.
Please, are you following? Those who are entering alongside?
Yes, madam.
Good. And then we'll add the famous 9, representing what?
Missing.
Good. We'll add that and we click OK, right? Now make sure that in the measures column, all the measures are set to scale. Can you see that? Can you see that?
Yes, yes, we can.
Madam. Yes, madam.
Good. Now we are going to do the same thing for the rest of the items. So we will have EM what? 2. You see that? And what's the label for EM2?
My hospital gives me individual attention.
So we come and put that there beautifully. Now the beauty about the values column is that because we have already created the strongly agree, strongly disagree, we don't have to create it every time, right? All we do is we right click, we copy, and then we come and paste. You see that?
Yes, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. So in that case, we don't have to go through the hassle of recreating the whole code again. And again, we go and change the measure to scale, right? And we will do the same for the remainder, right? So the next one will be what?
EM3.
Good. And what's the measurement item?
My hospital
understands.
Good. And I'm going to do what I did again. I'll just copy, paste, and then change it to scale. You see that? I can't handle the dead silence. Do you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
That's a question you don't respond. How will I know if you are with me? Because you're supposed to be moving together.
Yes, please.
Okay, so we are continuing with the rest, right?
Yes, ma'am.
This one, I'm not waiting for you. I'm doing it. EM4.
EM4.
I get the
I also
label.
have convenient business hours.
Convenient business hours.
And the decimal.
Good.
EM5.
EM5.
I hope you're also entering alongside, because by the time I finish, you should have the complete.
So let's get to this.
Hospital gives me technology.
Are you there?
Yes, please, madam.
I finished the whole empathy part.
Madam, please slow down.
Madam, we are also done.
Nadia,
Yeah,
are you
also
also
done.
doing it?
So who is the one saying
Yes,
slow down? Who is that? Is that your group? Is that your group?
Yes,
Yes,
madam.
Foster is part of the group.
Yes, please, madam.
And he's also entering data.
Yes, please.
Hey, I see.
Yeah.
Madam Abna somewhere is also here. She's entering, but she is faster than Foster. That's why I said you should slow down.
You want us to sleep here?
Foster doesn't have Mavis Beacon skills.
You don't need Mavis Beacon. I never took Mavis Beacon.
Hey, madam, so how did you learn type
I learned how to type fast on my own.
Hey.
When you have deadlines and you have a lot of work to do, you're forced to learn certain skills. So in undergrad, I learned.
You see, madam, you see what they are talking about.
Why? What's going on?
Foster is lost.
How can he be lost? How can he be lost? Okay, we are moving, right?
We move.
Yeah, we are moving. So it's the same formula for the rest, right? So the next set of variables we are dealing with is responsiveness. So I will use res, right? I will use res. Responsiveness has how many items? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it will be a similar formula, right?
Yeah.
So res 1. So I've created all the code names. I'm going to proceed to bring in all the measurement items, right? And because the document is in Word, I can easily just highlight everything, copy, come and paste it all there. Uh-oh, this one didn't work out. Okay, no, so I'll have to do it one after the other. This particular. Please, are you with me?
Yes,
Yes,
madam.
madam.
Okay, so I'm basically doing what we did with the other place. Abna Samoa, are you where I am?
Yes, please. Yes.
So I've just finished with responsiveness. Abna Samoa, are you done? Foster, where are you now?
Madam, please, they are behind, but they are saying you can continue.
Where have you reached? I'm interested to know.
Someone said the last.
Hello, Foster, where have you reached?
Madam, please rest for.
Rest 4.
In fact, rest 5.
Oh, okay. Oh, then you're done. Abna Samoa, you are finished, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's continue to tangibles. So we will use the same formula, right? We'll do tan 1. What are the number of items? 5 again. So tan 1 all the way to tan 5, right?
Okay. First, this thing. I'm doing. Hey.
Okay. Let's see. All right, so we keep going. Let's see. Okay, so I'm through with Tan. Are you done as well?
Yes, madam. We are done.
Rex, yeah.
Okay, so Foster is also done. Is Foster done? Hello? Is Foster done?
No, please.
Please, we are
Abna is at
I'm at 10-4.
Oh, okay, then you are just close by. All right, so now let's move to reliability, right?
Hey, Charlie, this is not easy.
Abna, are you done?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going with rel this time because it's about reliability, right? So we'll do rel 1 all the way to 5. Okay. The one who said, Abna, the one who said it's not easy.
Yeah.
Okay, but you're doing it, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Good. So that means that the next time,
so
that means that the next time you sit down to do it, it'll be easier, won't it?
Yes.
Good.
Yes, madam.
Good. All right, so let's proceed. So we are doing rel 1 all the way to rel 5, right? Good. And now we are going to enter the statements measuring each of them. So that. Please, I hope the other group is also paying attention.
Yes, please.
Yes,
Because when
madam.
we get to yours, we move even faster.
We are moving faster.
Why are you also coding yours?
No, ma'am, we are coding the
You are helping them. Is that what you are saying?
We are just following the footsteps.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So it's done, right? Rel 1 to rel 5 is done. Let me know when you get there. Don't forget, I am choosing not to have any decimal places. So I'm reducing all my decimals to 0. And don't forget to change the measure to scale, right? In the measure column. All right, we are left with the last batch, which is customer satisfaction, right? So let me know when you get there, right? Abna or Foster, whichever one of you gets there first. Abna, are you there? Hello?
Yes, madam. We can continue. We can continue.
Where have you reached?
Customer satisfaction 1.
Oh, you're continuing. Okay. Okay, so we are doing cos 1, right? All the way to cos 5, isn't it? It seems right now you've got the hang of it. So let's just go.
Yes, please.
Okay, I'm through. Let me know when you're done.
Okay.
Okay, madam.
Madam, please, I'm done.
Great. So now we are going to save this, right? Do you see the top left corner?
Yes, please.
Yes.
So we've got file, right? There's file there. Do you see that? Click on it.
Okay, ma.
When the drop-down menu comes, scroll down to Save As and click on Save As. You see a dialog box will open. You see that?
Yes,
Madam,
please.
please, can you chill because Yasmin is not with me, so I'm a bit.
Okay, so what I said was in the top left-hand corner of the interface, you will see File. Click on File. A drop-down menu will pop up. Scroll down the menu to Save As and click on Save As. Then when you click the Save As button, a Save Data As dialog box will open, right? Then you select in the Look In box. You see Look In. Next to Look In, there's a box with a drop-down arrow. You use that arrow to search the place on your computer where you want to save the SPSS data file that you have created, right? So I am choosing to put it on my desktop. So once you select that, you come to File Name and you give the file a name. I am going to name this file as ECCM Group 1. You see that?
Yes, madam.
Yes, please.
Good. And then I'll click, after you name it, you click Save. And it will automatically change the name to ECCM Group 1 at the top. You see that?
Yes, yeah.
Good.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is ECCM Group 1's coded data file. How did you find the experience?
Amazing.
Madam, not bad at all.
Yeah.
Stressful.
It wasn't like the way we thought.
It wasn't the way you thought. How did you think it was going to be?
Yeah.
Very
Complicated.
You thought it was going to be complicated. Oh.
And hard.
Yeah, but madam, it's so tiring.
It's fine.
I don't understand the output one, guys. Madam, please, when I'm saving it. Okay.
Madam, she's fine.
Please, ma'am, are we to start our own group too?
Hello, I'm here. Yusuf, what are you asking?
I was asking if we were supposed to start with ours, group two.
Do you need my help or you're good?
I think we are good.
You can do it yourself. Hey, are
Yes,
you sure?
ma'am. Very sure. Don't you think?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then go ahead. So we will pause, right?
Okay. Okay.
We will pause for you to go ahead and finish. So when you finish, alert me, okay? Hello.
And then they share the screen so that I will see.
Exactly. So they will alert me, then they'll share their screen, then we can look at it. Okay. You save. Yusuf. Abdulhad.
Okay, ma. Yes, ma.
Are you all together?
Yeah, yeah, ma.
Oh, okay.
Yes, please.
All right. So as soon as you finish, alert me, okay?
Okay, ma.
Good. All right. So Abna Sama's group, you can relax and then check your stuff and make sure everything is clean, okay? Okay, so now that you're done, kindly share your screen and let's see what you have. Okay. Part of the screen is obscured, so we can't really see it. So can you walk us through, like, from left to right, and then from top to bottom, if you could do that? Okay. Could you open one of your values for me to see? Open the dialog box and let me see the entries. Okay, can you scroll down for me, please? Yeah, open the one at the categorical variable section, the section 1 items. I want to see one of them. Perhaps the internet service provider one.
Madam, please, they should take the decimal column.
Okay, and please scroll down the list. I want to see something. No, the list in the value labels. Yeah, okay. Okay, can you kindly close it? And then reduce the decimals, right? Reduce the decimals to 0. Have you done that? Okay, so what you can do is copy the 0 from the top, click on the one at the top. No, click the 0, the first cell. Uh-oh, your screen is no longer sharing. Okay, so what I said was you could copy the first decimal, which is 0, highlight the rest, and then just paste. And it will just paste the 0 from top to bottom for you. No, come to decimals. Good. So you could copy the 0. So highlight it and copy it. Is it allowing you to highlight? No, just click on that cell. No, click on the first cell where the 0 is. Just click on it. And then copy the 0. No. Copy the 0. Take it back to 0. Good. And then copy the 0. Right? Use the cursor to highlight it and then copy. Have you done that?
Yes.
Good. Now highlight all the 2s. All the 2 from down. Click and drag.
And paste.
And then paste.
You didn't copy the 0.
I copied the 0.
So just paste. Click and paste.
Use keep
Seeing some illegal figures appearing. Yeah. So just highlight the rest and then just paste. Highlight all the 2s and then just paste. Unless you want to do it one by one. That's a lot of work.
Look.
Good. Now right click and paste.
Reflecting. The paste is not reflecting.
It's not reflecting.
Okay, it's done now.
Hey. Okay. At least we got it done, right? So well done. Everybody clap for yourselves.
For me.
Oh, there's a clap button.
Chocolate.
Clap for yourselves. I need to do it physically. Use your reaction. Hey, ladies and gentlemen. We are not in a physical classroom. We are in a virtual classroom. So clap for yourself. You use your reaction. Oh my God. That was funny. Okay, good. Right, so now let's go to the data entry. All right. So I'm sharing the SPSS screen now. So that, can you see my SPSS interface? Can you see my interface, ladies and gentlemen? Okay.
It's loading.
We can see it now.
All right. So I'm going to use group 1's questionnaire that they sent to me as the guide, right? To help you do the data entry. Okay. So we are going to do the data entry based on the options that were selected by the respondents, right? So when we go to the bottom of the screen, we see the two tabs, right? Data view and variable view. Can you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Now we are done with the work we are doing in variable view. So we are moving to data view, okay? So let's get to data view. Now, when you enter data view, do you see what has happened at the top of the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
All the variables that you entered in variable view have been reflected, right? So they've been created here and you can see all of them up until the last one, which is cos5. Can you see that? Can you see that?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
So now we're going to enter the data respondent by respondent. Do you see the numbers in the extreme left?
Yes, madam.
Remember I told you to number the questionnaires, right? This is why I told you to number the questionnaires.
Yes.
So you will enter the data according to the number of the questionnaire. So those of you who are entering the data in different locations, once you are done, I will collect all of them and then I'll compile them into one. Okay? Are you there? Hello?
Madam.
Yes, madam.
Good. Right? So we are going to enter them one after the other. So I take the picture of the questionnaire you sent me that has been filled as number 1. So I'm going to enter it in the data view section right now, right? So you can now see it on the class WhatsApp page, can't you?
Yes, please.
Good. So you can follow me. All right, let's go. So the first question, gender. You can see that the respondent selected a number, right? The respondent selected a particular option, which we have indicated in our variable view using a particular number. So here we are not entering the names of the items or the numbers they have been assigned in the questionnaire, but we are entering them using the codes that we have created for them. Does it make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. So for the first question, gender, what response did the respondent take?
Female.
Are you sure? We are looking at Abna Samoa's group's questionnaire.
It's male.
Male, okay. What is the code for male?
1 0 0 0.
Good. So what do we enter in that box?
0.
0.
Oh.
Right? So we've entered the response.
I'm doing the one that she's doing now.
Yes.
Please, I'm entering
And then the female is
questionnaire
1.
that was sent into
0
the
1
group chat. Hello?
Yeah, we are using that one.
Okay.
Madam, please, you are using that one.
So the respondent selected male. And in variable view, we coded the gender as what? 0 for male, 1 for female, right?
You see?
Yes.
Yes.
Please, who are those talking in the background? They are distracting us. The Abna Samoa, it's coming from your end.
Madam. Yeah, I'm following what you're saying.
Yeah, but those in the background are disturbing us.
Start and Derek, please.
Which of the links I have?
The one that first sent me.
Abna, you are having a conversation within our lecture. It's not exactly nice.
Madam, please, no, I'm not having a conversation. I'm trying to make them.
Yeah, but you're talking to someone. And your mic is on and it's disturbing us. Who is that?
Madam, please, this part, I'm trying to make her connect to the class. I'm coming.
All right. So the other group members, I hope you are there. Derek, are you there? Derek is also gone. What's happening? Where's everyone? Is there any other person from Abna Samoa's group?
Madam, please, I'm the only one here.
Why?
No, we are here.
Why is Derek?
Derek is trying to join again.
Musa, what group do you belong to? Is he here or he's ghosting? Where is Musa?
Musa is here, but he's having network challenges.
Okay, he's typed into the chat section. All right, so Abna Samoa and her group. I'll just go with whoever is here.
Madam, we are also here.
We got locked out.
We are here.
Right. I'm back.
Okay, all right. So, like I was saying, we coded the responses as 0 for male, 1 for female, 9 for missing, right? As we can see on the screen.
Yes, madam.
Good. So in entering the responses that the respondent gave in data view, we will use the values in the codes that we have created. Does it make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So for gender, the respondent selected male. What value was assigned to male during the coding process?
0.
Good. So we entered 0 here, right? Good. Now let's do the second one, age. The respondent selected 21 to 30, right?
Yes.
What
yes,
value
madam.
did we give 21 to 30 during the coding?
2.
So what do we enter in this space here?
2.
Good. Same for education level. The respondent selected tertiary undergraduate. So what value do we enter here?
3.
2.
Good.
2.
Same for occupation. The person selected student. So what do we enter there?
1.
Good. Same for marital status. The person selected single. So what value do we enter here?
1.
Good. Health service provider. The person selected 37 military hospital. What value is assigned to this particular option? 2. So we enter what here?
2, yeah.
What do we enter here?
4.
Yeah.
Hello, the person selected 37 military hospital.
Madam, we are done with that side.
We are now with the health services too.
And what answer did you enter there?
2.
Good. Now we are moving on to section 2, right, where the variables are. And it's the same formula.
Yes, madam.
Right? So based on the responses that the respondent selected, quickly tell me what values we should enter for each of them. And then we'll be going, right?
4.
Right? So tell me the values. Let's go.
3.
Are you sure it's not 3?
Yasmin, 4. Where are you? The first one. 4.
And the next one?
3. 3.
And then keep going.
And 4.
Yes.
Then 5.
Uh-huh.
Then 3.
Good. Next one.
5.
Uh-huh.
5.
Uh-huh.
4.
Mm-hmm.
3.
Mm-hmm.
And 4.
Good. Next section, tangibles.
4.
Mm-hmm.
4.
Mm-hmm.
5.
Mm-hmm.
3.
Mm-hmm.
Then 4.
Mm-hmm. Next section, reliability.
4.
Mm-hmm.
4.
Mm-hmm.
4.
Mm-hmm.
4.
Mm-hmm.
5.
Good. Then the last section, right?
5.
Uh-huh.
4.
Mm-hmm.
4.
Uh-huh.
4.
Mm-hmm.
Then 4.
And with that, we have entered our first response. You see that?
Yes, madam.
Good.
Madam.
And you are going to virtually do the same thing for all of the questionnaires that you have. So should we do one more?
Yes,
then you can break
please,
out
madam.
and then you can go and enter your data. Abdul, hack and code.
Yes, please.
Are you following?
Yes, madam.
Yes, madam.
Yes, ma'am, you are full.
Good. So let's do one more. So mention another questionnaire that you have. Who will mention on their side? One person should pick one and mention.
You mention this one. Mention Derek. Just mention the this one.
Madam, should we start with the second questionnaire?
Yes. If you guys are in close proximity with each other, I hope you are wearing
Is it
face
female?
masks. Are you wearing face masks?
Yes.
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Okay. All right, let's go. Uh-huh. I'm waiting.
Okay, madam.
Yeah.
2.
Gender is 0.
How can gender be 2? How can gender be 2?
Hey, sorry, 1. Nadia, we are using the second questionnaire that we number here to be from 41 to 50 because we have from 1 to 40 over here, please. Nadia, please, can you hear us?
Nadia, do you understand?
Yeah, I've heard
So
you.
they have 1 to 40. So make
Yes,
yours
madam.
41 to 50.
Okay.
So when you are sending your data file to me, make sure you indicate in the mail that yours is from 41 to 50. Does it make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. All right. So let's go. Number 2.
Madam, 0.
Okay.
Madam, please, you want Abdul to understand that Nadia's own is different from his. Because he keeps interrupting us.
Okay. Abdul, please. Nadia is in Abna Samwa's group, which is group 1.
Yes, madam.
Okay. All right. So let's go. So Abna Samwa's group, questionnaire number 2. Quickly mention the entries and let's go so that you can go and
Madam,
enter
4.
the data. 4, okay.
4.
4 again.
1.
Hold on. I'm at education
1.
level. What's education level?
1.
Uh-huh.
And 2. Occupation 2.
Okay.
Marital status 3.
Okay.
And 9.
Health service provider.
Yes, please.
So the person did not take anything at that place.
Yes, the person says that the hospital wasn't indicated there.
Good.
So,
Yasmin and Abna, do you see why I wanted to update the questionnaire?
Yes, madam, please. But the questionnaire couldn't be updated.
It couldn't be updated. Good. And I'm really surprised because ideally the work is done in Word before it's changed to PDF. So does that mean that when you entered it in Word, when you converted to PDF, you just deleted the Word version? Yasmin, is that what you did?
No, please. I'm not sure.
You're not sure. Okay, let's go. But now you see why I wanted to update it, so that it will cover people like this particular respondent whose hospital is not included. So we would have just added other, and then they would have ticked other instead. Does it make sense? Does it make sense?
Yes,
Yes, madam. That's why we were saying other, but they didn't agree to the other. So we just left it.
All right, so let's go. The section B. Let's go. I can't hear anything. Who is the one mentioning it? Please do so quickly. Okay. And then keep going. 4 again.
yes, please. And 3. And 4.
EM4 is 4. EM5.
EM5 is 3.
Okay, let's continue. Quickly.
Responsiveness. Second 4. Third 4. Fourth 4. Fifth one is 5.
Okay. Tangibles.
Fifth one is what?
5.
Tangibles.
5. The first one is 5. The second one 5. The third one 5. The fourth one 4. And the fifth one 5.
Reliability.
The reliability, the first one 5. Second one 5. Third one 5. Fourth 5. Fifth 5.
Okay. And then the next one, customer satisfaction.
Satisfaction. First one 4. Second one 4. Third one 5. Fourth one 5. And the fifth one 5.
Good. All right. So this is the format. Do we all get it?
Yes, madam.
Abdul Haq and Code, you get it?
Yes, madam.
Good. So now I'm going to leave you to go ahead and enter your data. Right? So you use the rest of the time to enter your data. Is that okay? Hello? Hello, I can't hear anybody. What's going on?
We are on track.
Madam, we are okay.
All right, so what I said was, I'm going to allow you to use the rest of the class to enter the data. Is that understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. So when you finish entering the data, send the pieces to me, and then I'll compile them for you. I'll put them together into one document. Unless there's somebody in your group who can do that. Abdul Haq, can you do that? Can you do that for your group?
Yes, madam.
Okay, so put it all together into one big data file. right? You know how to do it, right?
Yes, madam.
Good. So Abdulhak, you do that and then you send me the full data set, okay?
Yes, madam.
Good. And then Abna Samwa, will you be able to do that for your group?
Yes, please.
Okay. So when you also get it, compile all into one huge data file and then send it to me.
Okay.
Right? So I'm expecting to receive that data file by 5 o'clock.
Okay.
So you have 2 hours to do that.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I wish you Godspeed. You can log off now and then get the work done.
Okay.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Take care. Musa.
Okay, ma'am. Have a nice day.
Same to you, Yusuf. Musa, please go online and upload all the assignments you have not uploaded yet. Okay? You are missing one assignment. Please go online and upload it. All right. Okay. All the best. Bye-bye.
Madam, please, which assignment?
It's not you. It's Musa I'm talking to.
Ah, okay.
Unless you are also behind.
We love you.
No, madam. No.
I hear you. Okay. All right. Bye.